This is verse 11 of the 8th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. We have Jesus expressing astonishment at the display of humble faith that's evidenced by the centurion, who has indicated that Jesus should not come under his roof. He's not worthy to receive Jesus. And of course, that causes Jesus to say, maybe with hyperbole, we don't know, but in any event, he says that he hasn't found such faith even among the people of God. The Israelites, as he finds in this Gentile centurion. And then this additional comment, which is added at this point, lego, from lego, I say, first person singular, present active indicative, de, postpositive, but I say, humen, second person dative plural pronoun, so I say to you. Hoti can mean that or because. Context determines, here it means that, so I say to you that polloi. This is an adjective, it means much or many, and when it's used substantively like this, of course it means many people. In the masculine, we might say many men, but of course so we can extend that and just say many, broadly speaking. And then apo, preposition, takes the genitive. Anatolon, of course the term Anatolia is derived from this, but it really means the east. So it means people will come from the east. It's actually the plural here idiomatically, so they'll come from various places of the east, I suppose we might construe that. So from the east, kai, dusmon, same idea. This is from the west, so we have from the east and from the west. From the ancient Near Eastern point of view, those were the extremities. Having a kind of flat earth view, they would say you could go as far as you can to the east and as far as you can to the west. Very expansive. Hegzusen, this is from heko. It means to come, but the emphasis is to arrive. That's really the force of it. And so many will come from the east and the west. Arriving would be the notion. They will arrive. It's the future, third person plural, future. Active indicative, kai anaklithesontai. From anaklino, the ana means up, but in this case the klino means to recline or rest. Resting up is the idea of describing how people would eat in these ancient Near Eastern settings. So they would recline, they would sit comfortably, would be the force of it, in a comfortable sort of posture, enjoying the situation that's being described. So many are going to come from the east and from the west, reclining. Meta takes the genitive here, which means with. So meta, Abraham, this is in the genitive. Kai, Yasak, Isaac, in the genitive. Kai, Jacob, Jacob, in the genitive. So many are going to come and sit down with the great patriarchs of the Jewish world, and yet they're coming, of course, from the extremities of the east and the west, suggesting, of course, that these are Gentiles who are coming, and they're participating in preposition te, the dative, singular, feminine, basileia, in the kingdom, ton uranon, of heaven. And of course, Jesus is responding now, commenting on the fact that here's a centurion who's displaying such faith, and using it as a reason to point out that in the kingdom that Jesus is establishing, of course, the old notion of the wall between Jew and Gentile is torn down. There's a much more expansive view as Gentiles are readily and fully admitted as equal citizens in the kingdom, as true Israelites, along with people who may be Jewish, that the entire ethnicity of the matter is set aside in favor of those who are of faith, being the seed of Abraham. And this is, of course, one of multiple expressions of that truth that we find in the New Testament.